I would now like to introduce the former Tapestry and Human Relations Commissioner, David Paul.
Thank you, Veronica. If you don't mind, I'm going to stand over here in the shade so I don't roast. I want you to know that first and foremost, I still consider myself 10.5% the mayor of Lancaster, and I showed up. I also brought my sons. And I want you to know that the death of any young man impacts me. You don't have to be black to feel the pain of Trayvon Martin, and we share that all together. I believe two things. People need to be responsible for their lives and actions, and we as human beings have the right to mood alter according to our needs. We have the right to celebrate and party responsibly, and we have the right to grieve and reflect. And today, Veronica, thank you for turning this reflection into a party of love. There is so much love here, I just can't believe it, and I'm proud to be here with you. My favorite thing to say is that there is no greater joy than to love and respect the law. But I usually have to clarify that by saying, but the law must be worthy of our love and respect. And people sometimes confuse moral and civil law, because civil law can fail us. It has failed us in the Trayvon Martin case, but the moral law never fails us. It's what holds our universe together. Dr. Martin Luther King said that we shall overcome because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. And I want to talk today about how we can all work together to bend that arc towards justice a little quicker. The first thing I do with this prejudice, I realize I'm white, and I realize that I don't have the experiences that many of you do. But I feel your pain. I always have. My first friend in life was a little black boy named Willie Robinson. We met on the first day of first grade, and he was my best friend all through grade school because he was simply the coolest kid. He was like the Jackie Robinson in my Christian day school. He was the only black child in the school. But he was the coolest kid, and he was my friend. And I've never understood how we can't just love each other for who we are. So the way I bend the moral arc first is to acknowledge that racism exists. And it's a painful thing, and it gets into our soul, and it's not easy to remove. But the second way I go about it is I mock it. And if you've ever been mocked by your children, they're dismissing you. And I don't say that we mock other people. I don't say that we mock other people's beliefs. I say we mock the futility of racism and the lie that it is. And then I believe that we have to rise above it. And we do that by two main things. You know, we are all together. DNA proves that we have a common mother and father that came out of Africa 65,000 years ago. We are all related, and we're all black. So that should help us a little bit understand the importance of that. The second thing is that it's apparent that we don't have a future in this country or this world until we learn to cooperate and come together and love each other. Conflict will not last. You know, Einstein said that there is only one question: is the universe friendly? And when we love the moral law, when we know the law is on our side and it is unassailable, it gives us cause to come together and share that with each other. And before I leave today, I want to ask every one of you that has not personally shaken the hand of Bishop Hearns to do so. Because someday, when it's all figured out and the history of civil rights in the Antelope Valley is fully known, you'll be glad to say you did. This man is a hero of mine. I love this man. And I'm going to share a story. How he, in his genius, did all the three things I said: acknowledge racism, mock it, and rise above. You know, Henry and I go way back. I ran against him for mayor. We've worked together on projects, but I've always had a deep, abiding love for him. And a couple of years ago, I went to a Paving the Way Foundation event that they had in the neighborhood, and Henry was there. And as I walked up to him, and he was with Jeannie, the head of the group, and he said to me, "What you doing in my neighborhood? We don't like whiteys in here." And, you know, your mind starts going real quick, because I know Henry doesn't mean that. But I'm wondering what Jeannie's thinking. But I guess Henry wouldn't have said that if he didn't know that she knew that it was all a joke. So we acknowledge racism. We mock it because it's stupid. It is stupid. And then we rise above it by realizing we are all brothers, we are all in this together, and our fate rests in each of our hands. That's what I have to say today. God bless you all. Thank you for coming, and I'm going to do my best to help push this cause forward as well. Thank you.
Thank you, David.